yeah, I think the example set by the PWHL, I think, has really shown like who are the people who come out and support women's sports, because it turns out it is like there's a huge untapped market of people who really weren't going to see a lot of sports in general, but they're coming out to see the Charge, for instance. And so I think yeah, there's like a really big fan base that hasn't that it's untapped, which is really exciting. And I think from a team like Atletico Ottawa, one thing that they've done maybe better than any team in the CPL is connect with the local clubs. And one thing actually that came up in conversation today with Katrine Pedersen is creating that pipeline for players. You and I have talked a lot about players in U Sports, League One Canada. Because I was curious what her thoughts were on like what is that level like compared to what you think the NSL is going to be, because no team actually knows what the level is. Yes, because no one knows how teams are going to stack up. Like I think Ottawa has a very strong midfield and maybe the best in the league, but like once we have nothing to really judge that on. That's on paper, and you don't actually know until teams are playing. So we don't like no one knows what exactly that level is. But her thoughts were that that there are players at that level who could make that jump soon, and creating that pipeline and being kind of like what Atletico Ottawa has placed themselves as in terms of the men's side, they can do the same on the women's side, really creating that pipeline on the women's side. I think would be their top lesson from Atletico Ottawa. And I would say maybe the most what I'm most impressed by from the league is, I mean, Diana Matheson is just unbelievable.